Yo, Stacks is here. Stacks is back with another reaction. We got game ranks. I don't know how you say that, but we got gamer ranks. 10 things AAA games need to bring back. I seen this video. It got 1 million views a year ago, and it's by a reputable channel. So I think this is gonna be a good video. I'm a gamer. We love all things gaming over here. So before we get into the video, I just want to say, hope y'all taking care of yourself out there. Hope y'all drinking your water, staying hydrated, minding your business, getting your cardio in. You know what I'm saying? Getting some sunlight. All the things that make us whole, that make us human. I hope y'all taking care of yourself out there. Keep, make sure the mental good, make sure everything good up here as well. And before we get into it, support your brother, support a guy. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a little comment for me. You know what I'm saying? Is my mic low? Is the lighting ass? Is the video lagging? Is the you know what I'm saying? Let me know. Leave a comment. I could be slipping, and the comments help me. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. Let's go. 10 things AAA games need to bring back.
AAA Games is a place where trends are followed and stuff gets dropped pretty often. Sometimes it's good that they get rid of something annoying, like, like crypto stuff in games. Not many people are doing that anymore. But
doing that anymore? What? People put crypto stuff in gaming? You're telling me someone made a video game and put cryptocurrency ads in it? Great.
There are also
it ain't about video games, it seems.
Things that they drop that we miss. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks, 10 things AAA games need to bring back. Starting off with number 10, bring back taking risks with established franchises.
Yes, bro. I mean, I don't say this all the time, but I definitely do think that game companies don't take risk anymore. I think the reason why game companies don't take risk anymore is because video games aren't a hobby. This shit is a fucking it's monetized to the full. Like they said back then, people that played video games made video games. Now they making video games for CEOs and shareholders and you know what I'm saying, and who's investors. They not making video games for people like me and you anymore. They making video games for like I said, shareholders and for stock in the company. So I think that's why game companies don't take risk anymore, because there's too much money to be lost. There's too much capital. There's too much stuff at stake for us to make an experimental game. There's too much money. You know what I'm saying? These game budgets be 200 million, 500, 700 million. I can't experiment with that type of money. With that type of money, I have to know I'm going to make something back. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why game companies don't take risk as much.
It really feels like AAA publishers are playing it way too safe with their established franchises.
And I'm sorry, in hot take, this is going to be a hot take. I know someone that is not going to like this. But I think after I played the Star Wars game, Cal Kestis, the Star Wars game, right? What's up with the Souls-like game? When I understand, I think Elden Ring is what set it off. I think because Elden Ring was like a big success, and I think a lot of other companies maybe followed suit. But what's up with games, Stellar Blade and Wukong? Like, I don't like the Dark Souls of vacation, whatever occasion you want to call it. But I don't like the Dark Soulification of games, bro. I don't like this. And I get it, if you want a difficult game, there's nothing wrong with that. But why is a Star Wars game playing like Dark Souls? Stellar Blade, that shit felt like Dark Souls, one of them type of games. To push it further, I could even say God of War Ragnarok. I remember playing God of War Ragnarok, and I was like, bro, this shit kind of feel like a Dark Souls, like Elden Ring type. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with the combat in certain games feeling like Dark Souls, bro?
Instead of ever trying to do anything new and innovative, they take the path of least resistance
I agree.
to do the boring, expected thing rather than something surprising. And when I say the boring, expected thing, I don't mean making another game, like just throwing.
No, but making something okay, a hero shooter, a Overwatch clone. Like they make games that they know is good. It's not gonna ruffle any feathers. It's not gonna get canceled. It's not gonna get griffed. All this chicken wing, left wing, right wing shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just they make the safest game that's not gonna offend anybody and make the most money possible.
Some new levels together. That's not playing it safe, actually, nowadays.
And Dying Light 2 was such a disappointment for me because I played Dying Light 1 with friends, co-op. That was and it was during COVID. I don't know if I could say that, but I'm just saying, like, during I played Dying Light 1 in 2020 with friends, and that was some of the best gaming co-op experiences I had in my life. That was one of the funnest times I had playing the video game with friends, bro.
Sometimes that can be really good.
I'm talking like we felt like kids again. I'm talking like, bro, we was like, yo, bro, you finna hop on? Yo, bro, hop on Dying Light, bro. Yo, we hopping on Dying Light tonight, bro. Like, or even we was looking up, like, like I don't know if there's spoilers, but Dying Light has like secret weapons and secret levels and Easter eggs and shit. I remember we literally searched up, or one of my homeboys, he searched up like, secret weapons or the best weapon in the game. And he also, like back then we used to write down pieces of paper, the cheat codes on the paper. He was doing shit like, he was like, let's, like, I'm telling you, Dying Light, bro, I wish I could go just to experience that shit again. But bro, playing Dying Light with my friends in 2020, bro, during the shutdown, bro, man, that was one of the funnest moments of my life. One of the best times of my life was that I was just playing video games with my friends every day. Damn, man, where did time go, bro? Damn.
Playing it safe usually isn't. I mean, playing it safe like, we'll make a game that's hopping onto this trend. Let us do what the other games publishers are doing. Now, that's not to say we're not getting the prequels and reboots that are meant to be like the old games or straight up remakes. Those are safe too. They are proven to be successful, and they'll very likely make at least a little bit of money. You just don't see that many sequels that are real.
But you won't see another like High on Life. I think High on Life is like you won't see a AAA company make no type of game like that, or South of Midnight, or I don't like games that push the envelope, or games that are touchy or can, upset a certain group of people. I don't think studios want to make those games. Like they say, they gotta. You see the Assassin's Creed when they with the Black Samurai. You see the backlash that shit got. The controversy and the shit that game had to go through just because of a character in the game. So I think that's one reason why companies don't release like risky games, or games that are kind of, or even let's say GTA 4. Of course times are different and people are more sensitive, but some of the things that they talked about in GTA 4, if they made a game talking about those same things, they would say this game is woke, this game is liberal, this game is whatever the fuck words that they use to for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think game companies take risks because it's just you got to deal with the backlash, the grifting, the sales. It's just too much shit to worry about to, be risky.
Really challenging anymore. Like Metal Gear Solid 2, for instance, like Sons of Liberty is such a left field. We're going to bait you into thinking this is a normal sequel, and then you're literally not Solid Snake. In fact, we're going to play at the guy who is obviously Solid Snake not being Solid Snake and kind of pretending that he's possibly dead, but he's not. Iroquois Pliskin, he's obviously Solid Snake. Come on, man.
My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin, Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Or like, something totally out of left field like Far Cry 2. There's a reason for that, of course. Both of those games were, and in some circles still are, pretty divisive. But I'm going to argue that Metal Gear Solid 2, aside from Metal Gear Solid 1, is the one I go back to the most.
These graphics, bro.
That may not be normal, I don't know. And Far Cry 2, I definitely go back to more than Far Cry 1. Hell, more than most of the games that follow it. It's a better game. It's not easy on the eyes compared to how one is today, but it's better. But there's good ways and bad ways to do this sort of thing. Like, as much as
Yeah, them graphics is definitely
Banjo Nuts and Bolts disappoints fans of that series, it's
Man, I love Banjo Kazooie. I remember my Xbox 360 days, man. I love. To me, I thought Banjo and Kazooie was the original Ratchet and Clank. Like I thought Banjo and Kazooie came first, and Ratchet and Clank copied them. But because that's just how I started. I started with Banjo Kazooie, not Ratchet and Clank. But I really thought Banjo and Kazooie was bro, that shit was one of the fun, not that it was a fun game, but it was like that mindless fun. Like there's not no crazy story, not all this dialogue and cutscenes, and that was one of them games you could just hop in and play. Shout out to Banjo Kazooie. I might have to go back and play one of them games. I ain't lying. I might have to go back and play it for the screen.
actually a pretty decent game. It's not the sequel a lot of people wanted it to be, but also they, I think, should have maybe tried to establish better expectations. I think it's a large element of negative reaction to a risk. Not only does sometimes they not set expectations for something different, or say like it's a side game, or if it is a sequel, just, letting people
This is the Batman game?
people know that it requires an open mind a little bit more than the last one, or in a different way. I think one of the big problems is some of these
I played the DMC reboot. I'm telling you, and I get it. It was a reboot. The characters didn't look how they look. The characters didn't feel how they feel. The story was different. I get all that. But the Devil May Cry reboot of 2013, bro, that shit, bro, I love that game, bro. I actually bought that game. That wasn't no PlayStation. No, I actually spent my hard-earned $8.99 for that. You know what I'm saying? I liked it, and it had the Dante's Inferno. I'm talking. No, what's the nigga name? Virgil. Yeah, that's a whole different game. But Virgil and Devil, even in this, the little DLC he had, I like that. I'm sorry, I understand it's a reboot, so the loyal, real DMC fans don't like this. But me, I loved it. This game, I liked it. This game a lot. I did.
developers actually get hostile at the idea that people won't like these changes, and they start fights with the fans. Sometimes publishers do that.
And I say that's why you just do what you please, because think about this. To the loyal Devil May Cry fans, that Devil May Cry 2013 version reboot, that shit is probably ass to the real DMC fans. But to me, a casual, or I'm not, I didn't play DMC 1, 2, and 3. I only played DMC the reboot and then DMC 5. I think I played some of DMC 4, but I didn't finish it. But that's what I'm saying. Think about it. This game is fucking trash to you. This game is one of the worst games you've ever played. But to the next person, this is one of the best games I've ever played. This is one of the funnest games I've ever played. That's why I say just make games, because you never know. You can't please everybody. We know that. You can't please everybody. But you never know who you're touching. You never know, pause, but you never know who's feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the consensus say this game is trash, but there's at least one person, this was their first Devil May Cry game. That was their first introduction to Dante and Virgil. You see what I'm saying? So I love that Devil May Cry reboot though. I know it's a reboot and it's not, liked upon the fans, but I loved it, that game.
With the developers not even saying a word, that particularly sucks. And there is real danger in taking risks with an established IP, especially with large vocal groups of players using.
No. The reason why it's a risk is because they use the same name. Just like Skate. If this was called Wheels on the Board, the new Skate that came out by EA, the one that's still in beta, if it wasn't called Skate, it wouldn't have gotten the backlash it did. The reason why some of this shit get backlash is because y'all use a famous IP, a famous franchise, and then make a game that's unrelated to the franchise. That's where the issue comes.
Weaponized as content to possibly damage.
And I'm gonna clip this, but I finished Resident Evil 8. Please check out the review on my channel. I think you might enjoy it. It was a little funny. I crashed out if you want to see some rage. But just like I said, if the Resident Evil 8 Village, if that game said undead residents, or evil zombies. If that game was called anything else than Resident Evil, I don't think I would have went as hard on it. Or maybe I probably wouldn't even played it at all. You know what I'm saying? But I think just because it says Resident Evil, there's a certain expectation, there's a certain level. Or same thing, Watch Dogs or Far Cry. When you say Watch Dogs or Far Cry, we already have an expectation of this game. So don't take the IP and do something you've never done in the previous 1 or 2, 3 games. And that's how I feel about Resident Evil 8. I felt like it didn't feel like a Resident Evil game. It felt like a zombie game. It felt like a game that was inspired by Resident Evil, but it didn't feel like Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying?
Game sales. We are not in the same world anymore. Like, you used to be able to make a game usually when people wanted a game and it would sell. Now you make the game, you have to market demand for that game into existence. I mean, you still used to have to do that, but it wasn't because of market saturation. It was more because you were making a new type of game that took risks. But the thing,
and not even that, but bro, I wonder if he gonna say it, but we don't have game variety. Bro, there used to be a game about yes, you can search it up and look it up. There is a video game about breakdancing. We had surfing games, we had racing games, we had war games, we had shooting games, we had platformers, we had skateboarding games, we had snowboarding games, we had the simulation football, and then the Blitz the League backbreaker arcade football. You see what I'm saying? We had NBA 2K, the simulation and live, but then we still had NBA Jam, NBA Home Court, NBA Street. There was more variety of games back then. Like now, I think it's just Souls like, the big AAA, the Spider-Man, Resident Evil, the 007. You got the safe, hero, the safe hero action adventure games. You got the Souls like games, and then it's indie. What else is, sports games? But there was more variety of games that came out. Now it's like the same 4 or 5 games coming out.
thing is, the fans can also market discontent into existence too. Companies are definitely balancing a lot of plates when they put out a new game, especially one that would take any risks. So a lot of them just consider potential backlash and say,
because what I'm guessing they'll say, Concord, Forspoken, the Marvel Avengers movie. The Marvel Avengers game, the Avengers game they did. What's the other one? And the Justice League game, the Side Squad, that game, Justice League, whatever, that game. Yes, that those games are flops, but I also believe that it's not a flop because it's not good. I think it's a flop because they didn't try. I think, like I said, Forspoken, Concord, the Side Squad game, the Justice League game, where they was upset with something with Batman at the end or something like that. I think the reason why those games flopped were because it was no effort. Of course that the game was bad, but what I'm trying to say, like I'm trying to think of a game I played that it wasn't good or it didn't have the best, you can tell when a game put their heart into it. You can tell when even if the gameplay is not that good or the graphics are ass, you can tell when they put love and care into a game. These games, I think they don't put love and care into them. Yes, Concord may have had a $500 million budget, but did they really put love and care into those games? Same thing with the Justice League game with the Shark Dude and Harley Quinn and all of that. Yes, that game might have had a $200 million budget, but I don't think that it was made with love and care. Now, and I'm sorry, but that Avengers game is trash. How do you make an Avengers game and it don't pop? I remember the Spider-Man game, Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, the Hulk game, the Wolverine game. The Wolverine game is a hit. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Spider-Man games are a hit. I remember there was a Hulk game. How do you have an Avengers game, a game with all of those characters, and it's trash? Bro, the fact that new Avengers game, I haven't even played it or heard about it since it came out, that's kind of sad. Because I remember Marvel's Ultimate Alliance and the X-Men and the Spider-Man and all the other games, the Hulk games. And y'all came out with an Avengers game within the last 10 years. And nobody talks about it. Nobody says that that's a classic. Y'all definitely fumbled that. There's no way you make an Avengers game and fumble.
Best way to mitigate this is to just go as predictable as we can, follow a trend, not try anything new, blah, blah, blah. Which sucks because that's just a way to produce an endless feedback loop where companies keep finding more excuses to make boring sequels or, and probably my least favorite version of this, chasing the games as a service model. That's maybe not considered as safe as it was a year or two ago. They all thought that was the safe bet. They were wrong about that. Anyway, the industry is getting hurt as a whole here. We're starting to reach a point where AAA gameplay barely feels like it's meant for new audiences because all these publishers are just trying to court old fans, or if they are trying to court new fans, it's not really because they think their series is good, but rather because they think a new business model is good. But
see, meaning that they don't put love and care to the games, basically.
Because they think their series is old fans, or if they are trying to court new fans, it's not really because they think their series is good, but rather because they think a new business model is good. But the thing is, there's one Fortnite. There's not 100 Fortnites. There's not exactly a lot of room at that table for other people. AA game.
And that's another thing, like, I get it. You see Elden Ring and Fortnite and GTA. I get it that you see these games that come and just blow everything out the water. But those games became classic or became iconic because they did them. GTA wasn't copying another franchise. Or they say GTA copied True Crime. But this is what I'm saying. Fortnite wasn't trying to copy nobody. GTA wasn't trying to copy nobody. Elden Ring wasn't trying to copy anyone. So you make a classic by being you. You don't make a classic by doing something someone else already did. You make a classic by doing something you love and that you want to do, because we can see the authenticity and the love and the difference. You know what I'm saying? But we can tell when this just feels like a Dark Souls clone. This just feels like a GTA clone. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's how you become classic. That's how you become a classic or make classics, is by being authentic, by being original. You know what I'm saying? We don't call copycats classic. We don't call remakes classic.
Games are usually...
Actually, we do, because Resident Evil 4 remake was a classic.
Where you see the most innovation in any era, but AAA games really did used to have some of the more interesting and innovative games, and we don't really see that anymore. They're usually very easy to digest, very safe, and,
And also, I know this is kind of like nitpicky. I mean, because sometimes I didn't like it, and sometimes I did like it, but also I don't think, ever since the touchpad came from the PS4, the touchpad, we don't use, shit where you used to have to shake the controller and move the sticks around and certain shit. I don't think we use the controller like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't feel like we use the controller in those ways. Until Dawn, when you had to keep the light in place. Remember Until Dawn with the stay still, or God of War, certain times where you had to turn the stick, or I remember Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls, some mechanics you had to shake the controller. I feel like we don't have that anymore as well.
very bland. I mean, that's generally speaking. Obviously, not every single AAA game is lacking in innovation or interesting new ideas. Like, the 2 new God of War games were probably a pretty big risk, and it worked out pretty well, I think. Obviously, the first was the bigger risk over the second. Changing the gameplay of the entire series to something different, that's a big risk, and it worked out, and those games are great. But, in general, the industry seems to be pretty scared of doing anything new and unique, though, especially with established franchises. The new God of Wars, there's nothing wrong with them. I just wish the combat was more hack and slash type. This, especially in God of War 2 Ragnarok, that combat feels straight out of Dark Souls, bro. At number 9 is
especially with the, okay, you could parry this move, but you can't block it. Okay, you can't block this move, but you could parry. Like, when they started doing that type of shit, I was like, bro, this shit felt like Dark Souls, bro. Because at least for me, why I fell in love with God of War was the hack and slash, just straight up just mashing buttons and just hearing Kratos scream and all the swords and all the weapons and whatever he was using just be all over the screen. So to go from that to, okay, now we got to dodge, now we got to parry, now we got to block. That's always been in the other games, but it just seemed more prevalent now with the 2018, 2023 versions of it. But I'm not mad at the new God of Wars, but I did wish that the combat was more hack and slash.
It's just bringing back creativity with new IPs. Like, look at Sony's output from PlayStation 1 compared to the PlayStation 5. It's night and day. They were publishing so many unique, oddball games, just stuff that...
It's too much money in it now. These games didn't cost 40, 50 million to make. These games didn't cost 100 million, 300 million to make. That's why I say we also got more games back then. But these games cost too much money. They put too much work and money into these games to just be doing it.
Maybe had limited financial value at the time. Some of them were bad games too, but they were interesting. They were attempts at something. Sony had a far-reaching and varied catalog of games to draw from back then, but now they kind of just have a few tentpole billion-dollar series, and that's about it. Compare Sony's 2024
Damn.
release catalog to how it looked in 1996. They published 8 games for PlayStation 5 in 2024.
I hate to say it. I don't want to say this. I think that the PS5, I don't know what Xbox, whatever they're on, the Xbox 720, 980, I don't know. But the Xbox, I feel like this era is the worst era. Come on, bro. The PS5, these are the PlayStation classics of course it's missing what Spider-Man, Hollow Knights, Expedition 33. But so if you ask me as a casual gamer, I'm a casual gamer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at the top heavy games and shit. I think it is safe to say that this is the worst generation of console gaming. Let me know if that's a reach, if that's a hot take, but I think this is the worst generation of console gaming.
In 96, they published or co-published over 40 games. That's not
40 games.
even their most active year either, and their output's still way higher than what they're doing now. Instead of doing more, all these big game makers are doing less. They're putting their eggs in one basket because they're the games that make them the most money. The rare times we do see them do something.
And I'm, of course, as a game, I'm mad at it as a gamer, but as a businessman, I'm not. Because as a gamer, I wish we did have more variety in our games. But as a businessman, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I ain't mad at that. You know, I ain't mad at that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Something different. It's, again, because they're trying to chase a
If I made $1 billion making this game and then I made $1 billion making the sequel, I'm gonna make the same. You know what I'm saying? This game gonna be number 3 gonna be the same to 2 and 1. I get it.
trend. I mentioned this in the first one, but I mean, it's as applicable here. With Concord, that was a new IP. Yeah, I mean, you could say that.
Nah, but bro, what hurt Concord is it took too long to come out. I guess they said the characters was bland and they was trying to fill in boxes and check some boxes and agendas and shit like that. But Concord, this would have been good when Overwatch was, you know what I'm saying? Because I think they took inspiration from Overwatch and that's why they made Concord. But if Overwatch came out 2014, I don't know when the first Overwatch came out. I don't know. I didn't play the first Overwatch. But if this game came out, if the first Overwatch came out 2014, 2016, it was good for that time. But why would you release it when Concord came out? What, 2020, 2021? After, shit done got shit, you know what I'm saying? But they took too long to release Concord, bro. I think that's what hurt them. It just took too long, and we was over Overwatch, and we was over hero shooters. You know what I'm saying?
It contradicts what I'm saying here, but it was also essentially just another hero shooter that Sony scooped up because they wanted to get in on the games as a service bandwagon.
And that's what y'all hopping on the bandwagon. That's what y'all dumbass get for trying to copy and hop on the bandwagon.
Throwing a smoke screen.
This looks like the fakest of Overwatches.
That seemed like such a safe investment not long ago. It's hard to get excited about that, you know? And it's not just that they're focusing on popular long-running.
And no disrespect, but why did y'all even put that much money into a hero, Overwatch clone hero shooter? That's what y'all was banking on to be a hit smash game for y'all?
Series. It's also becoming more and more common for AAA games to be based on popular IPs like Star Wars or Marvel. And I'm not even saying these are bad games. It's just that it's hard to get excited about that because, I mean, we
know what to expect.
We've been there. We've done that. Yeah. Sony used to do weird and wonderful stuff from Japan Studio or Media Molecule. Like, remember Journey? I love Journey. That's such a cool game. And I don't know. Nothing like that anymore.
That's what I'm seeing. They don't.
From, the big publishers.
We losing recipes out here, man. We losing recipes.
Anyway. And hell, look at Xbox. It's basically a spiritual successor to Dreamcast, which was like Innovation Central. But, damn. I mean, that changed, obviously. Don't see all those odd and interesting games coming out from them anymore. The closest thing was Hi-Fi Rush, and, well, it was a success. So, naturally, they gave them the boot. I don't care about the financials of these companies. I don't care it's more or less profitable to do one thing or the other. I like video games, and I...
See, and that's what I say. This don't pertain to us because the regular casual gamer don't care about what sells, and that's them, the higher ups and the shareholders and the people who invest and the investors and shit. We just want to play good games. We just want to have fun playing video games. We just want to, come home from work, whatever we stressing, whatever the fuck. We just want to cut on the game and have a good time. That be the shareholders and investors caring about the financial, and this was a flop and all that other shit.
Want more interesting games, and it's disappointing how few of them we get from major publishers anymore.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a second.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Like, I'm talking, bro, Madden is so bad, I want to go back and play Madden 20. When they first brought the Superstar X Factors, and I remember it was like, man, this shit is broken. This shit is cheese. This shit just feel like a straight up arcade game. But bro, I would deadass rather go back and play Madden 20 than go back and play whatever or play the new Madden that's gonna come out next year. Like, that's how bad it is in certain, like, not all gaming franchises are that bad, but I'm just saying like how gaming is different now.
And at number 8, something that's maybe a more realistic expectation, but still something they have left by the wayside for one reason or another. So let's talk about how disappointing the state of day one release games are a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like for more casual players who are just coming into gaming and think, oh, I'm going to try this out. A lot of people are doing this. My friends.
And yeah, I agree with that. So y'all telling me this game got a $500 million budget. Y'all charged us $70 to play the game, and it's still bugs and issues. Let me know. Has that always been around? Like even Xbox 360, PS3 days, we needed day one launches and shit was fucked up. Oh, is that something new? Cause I don't remember like older games. I don't remember it being messed up soon as you got. How does the game release and there's issues? Why? How do you release a game and it still has issues in it? And I get it. No game is perfect. Every game gonna have a glitch or a bug. But some game breaking shit or somewhere like I can't go past this mission or I can't finish, like game breaking bugs. That should not be no day one patch, bro.
Games, I'd like to do something with my friends, etc., etc. They buy a game on release day and it's Cyberpunk on release day. It's a big old mess. Or like maybe the server situation's terrible and they throw up their hands and walk away from gaming forever. Now that sucks because obviously the whole point is to bring more people in. That's what, companies want, or at least allegedly.
I think that also comes from live service games. I think that comes from, I don't know, do single player games have day one patches too?
I don't know. For the rest of us, though, we're trapped. We love games. We're constantly frustrated by the state they release in. It's a constant problem in this industry across the board, from the smallest indies to the biggest AAAs. I would say you'll see it with the biggest AAAs, maybe a little more than the smallest indies.
I think, too, it's because they be on deadlines, bro. They don't be working, like, how they really want to. They be on deadlines, they be in crunch time, shit like that. So they probably be forcing some of this shit.
Indies kind of know that their whole reputation is riding on things and often get a little grace because they're a little more apologetic about it. And plus, you understand their situation a little bit more when it's like 2 people making some really ambitious game compared to, 1,000. Release now
With a $50 million budget.
fix later. It's just too acceptable as a practice for developers nowadays, though.
It is.
And gamers are just getting sick of it. It's a situation that is getting better in some ways, but worse in others. Like, the entire early access release model is built around fixing it later, but it's a different expectation in some ways.
And yeah, and then why y'all be having betas and alphas and play testing and all this other shit, and y'all still release the game fucked up on day one?
I find that a lot more acceptable because it's a way of making games that has a lot of positives, but it also has negatives with it. A lot of the best games do start out as early access, but there is a limit to what people expect. But when these multi-billion-dollar companies start calling their games early access, and they're basically finished games that aren't finished games because that's not how they finish games anymore, I don't like that. An exception to that rule I'm gonna give is Baldur's Gate 3.
No exception.
Larian is kind of a AAA developer, kind of an indie. I'm going to put them in AAA after Baldur's Gate 3, but they went that route, and honestly, people were fine with it. It resulted in a great game. They listened to feedback. It all worked like how that's supposed to be. That's not what I'm really talking about, though. But
I have not played Baldur's Gate.
flip side of that, it's even worse when a game comes out as a full release and it is essentially an early access game. They know it's in a horrible state. They put it out for $70 with a $130 special edition with 3 days early access.
I think that's so disrespectful to the gamer, to the consumer. That's so disrespectful. Like it's to y'all know this game not finished. Y'all know this game is not a polished good product. But y'all need the money, y'all need to meet the deadlines, y'all just want to get the game. Like that's disrespectful. I find that disrespectful.
Anyways, though, you're paying for the privilege of being a beta tester for everyone who's buying the game 3 months to a year later at a deep discount with all the bugs fixed. Or maybe not. I don't know. Like, at least the standard for PC ports is getting a little better. There are a lot of problems, but compared to the Xbox 360 era, PC ports are generally a lot better. I mean, that wasn't the case maybe a year or so ago, but this year...
Yeah, this was the game I was talking about. This shit felt like Dark Souls, bro. I mean, it was a Star Wars game and it was cool, but at the same time, I was like, bro, why does this shit feel like Dark Souls?
It's been pretty all right. I don't want to pretend that I don't understand that games are incredibly difficult and complex to make. But the average consumer wants something that works. They don't really care about a lot of other things. And the way a lot of big AAA publishers put out broken games and barely support them, it's really eroding the average gamer's confidence in the whole industry. And that's really ultimately who matters. And with the new gamers that you want to become that gamer, all it takes is one bad experience for a highly anticipated game and someone might be out for good. I'll go see a movie.
That's true. There's some people where if that shit is fucked up day one, or if that shit is buggy and it's not that like playable day one, some people never return to the game.
At least they finish those. Note, finished doesn't mean good, but they do finish those.
This copyright? This copyright.
CarMax. When we come to the table, it's what we all bring that matters. San Pellegrino, bring your best.
Specific thing, but do we really need these Destiny-style menus in every game? I don't understand developers' fascination with this kind of menu. The only explanation I can think of for why so many people use it is because it's essentially the same on PC and consoles, like making the experience more uniform, but it sucks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, all these games where there's a digital...
Yeah, this nitpicky. I mean, I get it. Especially like, cause, like, yeah, this shit look the same. Like, there's no variety in the pause screen anymore. But this kind of nitpicky. Like, I don't really play a game caring about what the main menu screen look like.
Cursor on the menu, so you have to manually drag around stuff and pretend to have a mouse even though you don't.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That shit is annoying. That part I can't agree. That shit do be annoying. Like, I don't got a whole controller and they making me move this shit like a cursor mouse.
Instead of just cycling through options like a regular menu when using a controller.
Yes, I agree with you there.
PC, I guess, less irritating because you have a mouse, but everywhere else, you don't. Like, does the act of actually moving the cursor really add anything? It makes stuff take way longer. It's awkward and unnecessary. In comparison to the copycats, the original Destiny menus actually did it a lot better too. So all the things you interact with, they're big, the cursor's fairly fast, and the later copycats did it worse. Like, things got smaller and smaller, the cursor moved slower and slower. It just sucks. So many console games have just given up on menu design. It sucks.
I agree.
When they used to get creative, you'd see some really bad menus. Mass Effect Andromeda's menu is not good. But in general, games menus used to be easier to use, and that's really the important thing. The options should be easy to identify, but just with a glance, and it should be fast to use them. A lot of modern games do manage to clear that low bar, but a lot of them don't. Moving on to number 6, just bring back cheat codes already.
Yes.
World of achievements and pay.
Bring back cheat codes, bro. And I get it. Cheat codes is like a relevant part of gaming. But bro, cheat codes also made the game fun because one, let's just say, it made the game funner because once I'm finished with the game, I can still come back and play around with the cheats. I can still come back and have some fun on some like GTA, San Andreas, or GTA 5. We've been finished that game. We've been played that game. But now let's play with cheats. Now let's replay the whole game and we use cheats the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely do think we need to bring back cheat codes. And it adds more fun. And I'd rather have something and not have it. What? I'd rather have something and not use it than need it. What I'm trying to say. Like, even if we don't use the cheat codes, put it in the game. You know what I'm saying? Give us the choice to, don't nobody use cheat codes no more. Well, give us that choice. Don't just take out cheat codes. Put cheat codes in the game still and let us decide if we want to not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just miss the choices.
Time savers. Cheat codes are nearly extinct. The only time you ever see them anymore are from games that are intentionally doing some kind of retro throwback, or they're so ingrained in the series if you took them out, fans would riot. Imagine if Bethesda blocked access to the console in Starfield. That would have sucked. They do make it so you can't get achievements if you're using the console, but there are ways around that using mods. Still, it's yet another way that the use of cheats has degraded in modern games, and it's a tough issue to get around because trophies and achievements should be obtained legitimately. That's kind of the point of them, so you're supposed to actually challenge yourself. Still, Retro Achievements has a simple solution for this.
Bro, nah, I get that part, but that's for the achievement hunter people. I've never been an achievement hunter guy, so I could care less about, not getting achievements and shit. I've never been an achievement hunter guy. But bro, I could hop on GTA San Andreas right now and put in, the fucking, what was it, the buff CJ and the all weapons. I remember them cheats. Or, bro, to this day, I still know the GTA Skyfall cheat. I still know the GTA. I used to know the invincibility cheat by heart too, but I forgot. But I still know the Skyfall GTA 5 cheat code to this day. I still know that shit. But yes, please bring back cheat codes. Cheat codes made the game more fun, and it gave you something to look after, even when you're not playing or you didn't want achievements, you're just playing regular, or after you finish the game and you wanted to see what the cheat codes are. So
issue. They mark achievements differently depending on if somebody got them with cheats or if they did. It can be fiddly though, so there's no silver bullet solution for this problem. I just think make it so you can't get them if you're cheating, and let us cheat. The problem is that developers and publishers have monetized cheats, and that just sucks. There's no excuse for it. Just blatant greed, especially when they're basically selling you cheats in a competitive game, like literally making it so people who pay up get an instant advantage over all the poor chumps who didn't. Usually it's just a way to reach max level or whatever faster, but depending on the game, like NBA 2K, your player stats make a huge difference in a competitive game, and the people with maxed out stats are just going to have an easier time playing it. The monetization of cheats just makes games worse. It used to be cheating was something you did for fun, and often something that kids relied on to be able to play games before they felt confident enough to play them for real.
Right. And let me, and I honestly, I think this is what they call that, like let me know. But when y'all was playing video games in your childhood, when y'all was PS3, Xbox 360, 8, 9, 10 years old, when y'all first got in the game and whenever, was y'all playing them games on hard? Cause I don't maybe because I always play games on normal. I only play games on hard when I feel like I got something to prove. When I feel like I need to prove I'm a gamer. But bro, like what you know what I'm saying? When did it become like normal to play ultra hard games? I don't always remember playing hard games back then. Yes, games were hard or had difficult parts, but I don't remember, oh, I'm going to play the game on the hardest. As a kid, I don't remember playing the game on the hardest difficulty ever. Ever. And as a kid, I do remember cheating. I remember on 2K, I used to go in and put all the sliders up to 99. Or in another game, max out all my weapons or put in cheat codes. Like, when did not, you know what I'm saying? When did that part, is it because we got older with gaming? Or, you know what I'm saying? But when did, cheat codes and playing on the hardest difficulty, you know what I'm saying? When did that shit phase out or phase in?
Now many games, there's no options out there. You either watch your big brother play them or nothing. Cheat codes used to be the grand unifier. They made it so everyone could play and even beat a game. You didn't even have to be a savant or grind away hours of your precious life to do it in, a lot of games that give you a tough time. In some ways, accessibility options are becoming the new cheat codes, at least depending on how powerful they are. The one that really lets you fine-tune the difficulty or make it so you can see collectibles, stuff like that. They're great for people that need them, but you know what accessibility options don't have? Big head mode. So bring back cheats. They weren't fair, but they were fun.
They were. So, and see, that's what it's all about. It's not about achievements. It's not about DLC. It's not about microtransactions. It's about fun. How fun is the game? And that's where we lost it. It ain't about fun no more. It's about how can we make the most money off this game. Look, and that doesn't do nothing to the game. It just makes everybody but you see, that's what I'm saying. Bring back cheat codes, bro. Simple enough. Bring back cheat codes, bro.
And number 5, bringing back trilogies that actually come out in a single console generation. The reality of modern AAA game development is that it takes longer, and it's only getting worse. Like, it used to be game series were able to release pretty consistently. Now it feels like sequels are taking about 5 to 10 years. Sometimes worse.
And that's why, I don't know, but that's why I always be like, I feel like in not just video games, but movies, television, whatever. Like, when like I fell out of Stranger Things because of how long it took. I remember I think I watched maybe Stranger Things up to season 2 or 3. I think that's the last Stranger Things I watched was season 2 or season 3. I think it was because of the shutdown and the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? But bro, I remember, bro, like the gap for some of these TV shows and movies and games, bro, why is the next movie 5 years later? You really think I'm gonna care about a movie I seen 5 years ago? Like, I don't know. I guess that, like, I get it, because plus you want some hype to build. Like, if we just did a whole season of a show, we not coming out with season 2 weeks after. I get it. Like, you want some hype to build, make people forget about it so that they could remember it and care about it and all that shit. But at the same time, like, bro, sometimes y'all be taking too long, bro. Some of this shit do be taking too long. I agree.
There's a reason gaming feels like it's for old people now. It's because you have to be old to remember some of the games. Like, it took 10 years to get a Dragon Age sequel. In that amount of time, the entire original Dragon Age saga came out. All 3 games prior to Veilguard. That's too long for a sequel. And it's not an outlier with these things. This kind of wait for games is getting much more common. For 3 full console generations, we got entire series coming out in just a few years span. All of Naughty Dog's Crash Bandicoot games were out between 96 and 99. The 3 Insomniac Spyro games came out just as rapidly. We got the entire Gears of War trilogy for Xbox 360. The entire Mass...
And that kind of also makes these console generations more iconic because of the amount of games. Think about a trilogy. You got 3 games of one of your favorite franchises in one generation. Now, we probably get 1 or 2 releases within the same generation.
Effect trilogy from 2007 to 12, 3 Uncharted games on the PlayStation 3, the entire Resistance
like
trilogy. The list goes on. Now, we know that developers had to crunch like crazy to make these insane production dates, but the problem with modern games is that so many devs feel like they have to completely reinvent the wheel with every new game. And here's the thing, I was complaining a little bit about not innovating, but let's talk about Yakuza. So the Yakuza / Like a Dragon games come out pretty constantly. We get 3 of them in less than a year, and there's another one coming out in 2025. But these games change. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is nothing like the original Yakuza game. But here's the trick. They make games in a way that they're smart about it. They're not afraid to reuse assets like crazy because they tend to not move around in terms of location
Right, yeah, it stays in, was it Kamurocho?
very much.
Yeah, shout out to my Yakuza fans out there. Kazuma Kiryu, Machi. Get inside. You know what I'm saying? I'm deep in the Yakuza. I'm finna play a Yakuza. That's gonna be one of my next playthroughs soon, but I'm deep into the Yakuza. You feel me? I fuck with Yakuza the long way, not the strong way.
They definitely improve upon the models and add new things, new mechanics, new story stuff. Like I said, these games change a lot, but if you know your way around Kamurocho, you know your way around Kamurocho.
Yep. This what, 0? Get the 0. Yeah, this 0.
Fans don't complain, though. They embrace it. And the reason for that is these guys are consistently making great stories and great games with the understanding they all come out in a consistent world and they iterate.
And that's very true because I remember playing, like, when I'm trying to think. I think I went Yakuza 0, then Yakuza Kiwami, then Yakuza 3. I think I skipped 3 because it was old. And then 4. I didn't like 4 with all the different characters. I just wanted to play Kiryu. I didn't like all the different characters in 4. Yakuza 6. I shed a tear playing Yakuza 6. When I thought Kiryu died at the end. Sorry, that's a spoiler. But when I thought Kiryu died at the end of Yakuza 6, the Song of Life, I legit shed a tear. I shed a tear. I ain't lying. I shed a tear. But nah, once you, especially if the game is good and the story is good, I think you get over like, oh, we in the same location. I think within the first hour, 2 hours of gameplay, you get over that because the story is good. The fighting is just as good and fun. So I think you get over that fairly quickly.
There has to be a reason a game exists. More developers need to embrace this design philosophy. It used to be that expansion pack sequel was considered a dirty word, but to be frank, if you do it right, it doesn't have to be. Especially now with the way development time and budgets have completely
I'm not gonna lie though. This new Yakuza game, I think it's called Like a Dragon. I think it's turn-based combat. I don't know about that one, Chief. I mean, Yakuza, like I said, I don't play Yakuza 0, Kiwami, 3, 4, and 6. I have not played Yakuza 5. I know people say Yakuza 5 is the worst one, but I still want to play it just because I played all the other Yakuzas up until that point. But turn-based combat, I don't know about turn-based combat, Chief.
ballooned out of control. They're able to make yearly games without needing 100 studios working on the same project at the same time, like a Ubisoft game or a Call of Duty. It's a good system for getting their games out there. Capcom isn't about...
Oh, and Judgment and Lost Judgment. I didn't play Judgment. That's the first one, but I played Lost Judgment. Lost Judgment was a good-ass game. Lost Judgment was fire. I like Lost Judgment.
Of this sort of things either. Their remakes clearly reuse a lot of assets from other games. Like, I think I've seen the same bolt cutting animation in every single one of them. I'm not saying every game should be like the Yakuza series,
but something that minor, like, that's what I'm saying. So, not even that, but you want these people to, I don't know how much it would cost, but let's just say, like I said, what he said, opening a wrench or using a wrench to open a door. Imagine if it said, it took $1 million for this new, like, no, reuse that same thing. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, so if it's minor, I'm not tripping off the same bike. Y'all using the same bike or the same walking animation. I'm not tripping off of that. But now now we're using the same whole map and the same whole guns or, but using the same ticky-tack stuff here and there, I don't mind that.
The industry's struggling to keep...
Plus, especially if it helps. Like, instead of you having to come up with a new animation or a new this, new that, just throw in a little old asset and then we focus on something better.
Fans interested in series that take half a decade or more to come out. Oh, and another thing, they don't all have to be 100-hour games. Yakuza is a shining example of that. And yes, sometimes it makes the games feel like less of an event when a new one comes out, but I'll take that over years of absolutely nothing, and if I'm completely honest, I still get excited for every Yakuza. And number 4, bring back split screen multiplayer and co-op. Couch co-op used to be the de facto.
I don't think that's coming back. We're too on the internet. It's too much, digital technology stuff. I don't think couch co-op gaming is coming back. I don't think that's coming back.
Way to play games. But it's getting harder and harder to do, even with games that thrive on that sort of play. The recent Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has a local versus mode, but you can only play it on one map, which is essentially a white void, and it sucks.
It's no use.
That's far from the only example of a game that used to be all about playing locally, but has more recently shifted to being online only, and that's frustrating. Now, you can't just have a friend come over and screw around for fun. Every game has to be this whole ordeal to get running, and the whole end game is for there to be some sort of competitive scene which can prolong the life of the game and or series. You both have to have copies of it. You both have to set up accounts, navigate multiplayer menus. And so many games do it differently that when you try to join a lobby and someone's connection times out or the headset isn't working, something goes wrong. Or
that's what I said. It's too online now. It's too online for
let's say it's a co-op game and you have to go through this lengthy single-player tutorial before you can play together. It's like these games don't want people playing together. And while it is a design problem, it's not just a design problem. It's also a technical problem. Even if those technical hurdles are getting a little easier to deal with, like SSDs and more.
Man, it's effort, bro. I'm sorry. It's either effort, bro. Like, yes, maybe some of this shit is they don't have the money or the technology or the resources yet. But at the same time, I think it just comes down to effort and how bad do you want something. Because, I don't know. At least the way I grew up, this just because like the way I grew up, there was no excuses. Either you did or you didn't. Simple as that. Did you do what you were supposed to do or no? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give me all my stomach was hurting. Oh, I forgot to do this. No. Either you did or you didn't. So, miss me with all the excuses, for real.
Powerful consoles should make it so mirroring the game world on the screen twice should be possible, but a lot of devs don't.
Shit, but they know to put them season passes in there, though. They know to make you pay for some DLC and a extra skin or a costume, though. So, yeah, I think it just comes down to effort and how bad do they want to make this feature or put it in the game.
Want to or can't put in the work. They see couch co-op as not an essential feature, something people online won't complain about per se, but it's a feedback loop because all those online people are playing the game online. They're not the log-off types. All their friends and family are probably online, so they don't care about split screen. Or maybe not that many people actually play in the same room anymore. I don't know. I don't have the numbers. Maybe it really isn't a priority, but it still should be. Nintendo,
like I said, give them the choice. And I guess that comes from, like, I don't want to say capitalism, but like think about it. We're so like tight with the money that if even this is what I'm saying, they like, we're not gonna put cheat codes in the game because it's no point in it. We're not gonna put a split screen co-op gaming options because there's no point. We're not gonna waste assets and money and resources on that. Like, that's how tight they are with the money. They're only gonna put it towards what they know is gonna, make them more money. Like, I think that's kind of a capitalism thing.
Nintendo at least mostly gets this. Sure, a lot of their games run like crap when it's played by more than one player, but at least you could do it. And number 3, bring back games that are actually worth the asking price. This is a refrain I hear a lot. Games are too expensive. They're not worth the asking price.
This should be number 1. I wonder what's this is number 3. I agree, bro. I'm telling you, I remember when games first became $70, I was like, well, it's only a matter of time, bro. It's going to go to 80, then 90. Sooner or later, we're going to be paying $120 for games. Maybe in another 5 to 7 years. But by the time, let me see, I'm 22 right now. I'm 22 years old. I'm going to turn 23 this year. I believe by the time I'm 25, going to turn 26, games will be over $100. Will. Not just might. Will.
They should be cheap.
But yes, I agree. Games, like, look at this shit, bro. I mean, but this is, collector edition and like the super ultra mega combo deluxe edition. But bro, still, I'm not mad at the base game $70, but But then let's just, or like when I see things like, okay, the base game is $70, but if you want this skin, you want this gun, you want this this character model, or when I don't like that. The fact that y'all already charge us for the game, but then now I gotta pay $2 for a weapon skin, or I gotta pay $3.99 for the golden pack or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that either. Like, just I guess that's the monetization of it, but yeah, they do milk us. They definitely do be milking the customers more.
Like they used to be. It's a complicated problem because the reality isn't quite so clear cut. Games used to be expensive.
Like, bro, and not even that, but wasn't we supposed to get a Spider-Man 2 DLC? I think the fucking leakers fucked that up when Insomniac got leaked and shit. But bro, we were supposed to get Spider-Man 2 the same like in Spider-Man 1, how we got 3 different DLCs. We didn't get no DLC with Spider-Man 2. I was disappointed in that. And like I said, that's maybe because of the leak, but that shit, I was disappointed in that.
Then generally shorter than we get now, too. Take Chrono Trigger, for example. It took about 20 or so hours to finish back in 1995, and its suggested retail price, get this, was $79.99. And a lot of retailers charged more than that. Some of them were charging $89.99. I mean, that's an extreme example, because
in the 90s, y'all paid that much for a game?
video game prices generally
in the 90s, y'all spent that much on a video game in the 90s?
Stabilized when they became disc-based, but still, most games in the late 90s and early 2000s cost a flat $50 on release, which would be great to have now, but back then wasn't that cheap. Fact,
yeah, no, it was a product of the time.
During in inflation, those
no, because I remember when I was in the era of when I remember video games from my childhood, my golden years, it was $60 for the base price, and $60 was a lot, bro. I mean, not a lot, but I'm just saying $60 wasn't cheap. Yes, I wish we had $60 games now. Yes, that sounds good, but bro, back then, them $60 felt like $70 now.
$50
So it's all the same in time. When in time, relatively, it's all the same.
Games would cost like $90 now. Not a joke either. Look it up. And I'm not trying to say that games should be more expensive, because no.
Now that's inflation, though. That's inflation.
They should not. But the problem of price isn't
because let's just say in another 5 to 10 years, right? Games is $90. Now we're gonna be like, man, I miss when games was $70. I miss when games was $70. So I think that's just inflation.
Simple as saying games used to be cheaper. The problem is
cigarettes used to be less than $1. Bread used to be less than $1 too. You used to be able to get loaves of bread for change for 53, 70, 80 cents. You used to be able to get loaves of bread. I think that's just inflation.
Just that they're charging $70 for games now. It's that they're adding all these other expenses on top.
Thank you, bro. That's, oh my God. I'm glad I didn't just say that. I'm glad we here with it. You know what I'm saying? We here with it.
Of that, nearly every major game that comes out never just costs the retail price. They've also got a digital deluxe edition, a super special ultimate VIP edition,
He's talking, he's spitting. Straight facts.
Transactions, season passes, DLC bundles, currencies to buy, horse armor, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. I like using that joke. Anyway, it's out of control. So take all that nickel and diming and contrast it with the many ways the games industry has gone out of its way to devalue games with like constant deep discounts, Game Pass where you get a whole lot of games for a monthly fee, and free to play where they're basically trained casual gamers to not want to pay to play games, or if they do, they only do it at the steepest possible discounts. And there's no reason why they shouldn't, because that's a smart thing to do. It's only the super hardcores, the people who play one game a year, that are spending tons of cash on these bloated special editions, but the end result is that the gap between these two audiences just keeps getting wider and wider. And also, not every game is worth $70 anymore.
Yeah, this was the game I was saying that they said was a flop. This game right here.
I mean, take that Suicide Squad game. It's short, it's packed with microtransactions, the open world is small. There just isn't much stuff to actually do in it. It's a live service game selling you on its possibilities rather than what it actually has. Then the game flopped and all those dreams about new content disappeared, so all you're left with is a game where you spent too much money and there's barely anything to do in it. Basically what I'm saying is stop loading up games with unnecessary extra expenses, so like you can sell it for $70 and, you know, nobody
or not even all that. Why? I ain't gonna lie. If I was going to get everything in the game, I would pay $80. Meaning, if I could get instead of like the base game $70 plus all the skins that come up over $100, I would be willing to pay $80, $90 if I was going to get all the skins, all the weapon skins, all the character. Like, if I knew that once I spend this money, I don't have to want for anything else, because I could spend $70 on the base game, but I still want this weapon skin. I still want that character. Like the new Resident Evil. When I saw that Leon's jacket, or the brown coat from Resident Evil 4, you have to pay for that. I was like, really? Like, if I would be comfortable paying $80 if I knew I was gonna get everything, but the fact that we pay $70 and we still, there's still some other shit we can't get, and it looks cool or it looks powerful, and like, I don't like that.
Feel shortchanged.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I just spent $70. Why I need to give y'all $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 more dollars? Why not just put that in the original and make it $80? That's what I'm saying. I'd rather y'all just make the game $80 and put all the content in it. Like, look how stupid this shit looks.
Like, the fact that $70 is a base price for a game that's not complete, that's crazy. If you're going to make us pay that much, give us a completed product that has everything.
Picked a great meme, but
I agree. I ain't gonna lie. Buddy, I ain't gonna lie. Let me like the video now. I'm finna like the video now.
And number 2 is bring back silence. Modern AAA games talk way too much. They're like those terrible kids movies where nobody ever shuts up because they think
Stimulation, dopamine, ADHD, TikTok, all that shit.
if there's a moment of silence, kids are just going to get bored and tune out, which, I mean, in some cases is true, but maybe that's your movie's fault rather than the kids. And here's the thing. I'm not talking about kids games either. Like T for teen rated or even mature rated games are played by people who hopefully have more mature or even adult attention spans. We can handle
We don't.
a moment of silence from time to time. We're not literal babies with no object permanent.
I mean, yes, it don't have to be talking. I don't know. That's more of a nitpick. I've never played a game where I feel like they talk too much. I mean, I know some people said that about God of War, the newer God of War, Ragnarok. I remember they said it felt too quippy. I know High on Life. They say High on Life, they talk a lot. But I've never played a game and was like, man, they talk too much. So I just finished playing Fallout New Vegas, and I didn't have an issue with the silence. So I don't. It's kind of nitpicky, or I don't really care too much, for this one.
Who need to be verbally reminded that someone exists.
These grape zombies, they're everywhere. I'm sure they were nice people before, but come on. Oh, yeah.
Otherwise we assume that they're gone forever. We can handle it.
That's nothing wrong. I like when my characters talk shit.
I promise. It's not just the non.
Like, bro, I would never forget this, bro. The Last of Us 2. The part when Ellie, when she's like in the chair and Dina comes and save her. That part, right? It was a part, and it's because like I don't think the first time I played it she didn't say that, but I remember it was a part where like I did a stealth kill on the enemy, and she said, "Eat shit, motherfucker." Like, imagine someone stabbing you in your neck, and the last thing you hear before you go is "eat shit." I ain't gonna lie, I like when my characters talk shit. I like when my characters talk shit when they in the midst of the combat. To me, that shit is fine. That shit is cool, bro.
Non-stop banter. It's constant hand-holding. Like in any given PlayStation game where you find a puzzle or something, and the characters immediately start dropping hints at what you should be doing.
If I go in this way, they'll destroy all the evidence.
No, I'm not lying. I don't know. I might be a little, I might be slow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a no word, but I'm just saying I might be a little slow. So I ain't gonna lie. And plus I hate puzzles. Puzzles don't. That should be number one. Take puzzles out. Puzzles don't belong in video games. I've never played a game and I was like, man, this had the best puzzles. Man, Far Cry 3 is a classic because of the puzzles. No. Take puzzles out of video games. So I'm all for this. Please tell me how to do this puzzle, because I don't want to do it. I want to get straight to the action. I want to see the story continue. I don't want to do no puzzle. If I want to do a puzzle, I'll go get a puzzle. I'll go do a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle, a crossword puzzle. No, puzzles don't need to be in games.
Look for a sneaky way in. There we go. Huh. It's like my own private ventrance.
I have no issue with this.
Like-
I have no issue with this.
Give me at least a second, game. Let me figure this stuff out on my own. I don't know if their games are just getting focus tested to death or what, but all these clues and reminders and pointing out things in the environment, it's not necessary. And it's infuriating once you really start to notice how nonstop it all is. If a game like High on Life, which is a comedy game where the entire shtick is stream of conscious babbling, can have an option to turn down the frequency of the talking, then your big budget AAA experience can do it too. And finally, at number 1, bring back friction. If you're one of those people who've been playing games for a real long
Friction.
time, this is something you're going to start to notice with every AAA game. All the rough edges have been sanded it off. All the odd or fiddly bits are removed. And the game is just made as seamless as possible. All the friction in these games are gone. I don't just mean they're easy. You can have a game that's challenging but lacks friction. Games that have no friction do things like give you big objective markers and waypoints and tell you exactly where to go at every moment. There's never any penalty for failure. There's no frustrating or intentionally stressful bits like time limits or oddball gameplay mechanics. It's a double-edged sword because in a lot of the ways the games are better. A lot of
I don't know.
things that add
I don't know. I get what you're trying to say, but like I guess that's like make it more creative or more different, more, you know, like instead of you only play the game one way. I think I get what you're trying to say.
friction to a game aren't necessarily good, especially on their own, but a lot of the time, if you take these things out, you're left with a more bland, less engaging experience. Now, I'm not talking about like that terrible minigame in the original Dead Space that they thankfully fixed in the remake to not be horrible. You know, the asteroid shooting one?
Behind this family's
Damn, that's crazy. I did see. I played the Dead Space remake, so I didn't know that part was like trash in the first part.
financial future is their advisor, helping them grow their wealth and
Now, I could definitely see how this shit is trash, and they probably had you up here for like a good 5-10 minutes too.
Yeah, that one. I mean, that's an example of friction that it's good that they fixed, but a lot of the time it's not like that. A lot of the time it's something like a puzzle that's not super obvious or a boss that has a trick to it that is actually pretty hard to figure out. These things are also
No. I'm gonna disagree with you there. I remember at least my father. My father was a gamer. He the reason I like video games because my father used to play games. Before social media or before YouTube and what was it? Game Facts, Game IQ, or Game FAQ, FAX, or something like that. If you were stuck on the game back then, and before YouTube and before all this shit, bro, if you were stuck on the game and you didn't know, you just had to literally, if you didn't know someone else who played the game and beat it or something, you were stuck. So I kind of disagree there because I ain't gonna lie, back then, some people, there were some people out there who probably never finished the game because they never got past this puzzle or they never knew what to do at a certain part in the game. So yes, it does. Yes, I get what you're saying. Like, the games are not as creative or different. It's all one track and, you know, played the same way. You travel to the destination the same way. I get that part. But at the same time, like, I remember times when, you know, if I was stuck on this part, I just cut the game off. Because, you know what I'm saying? I remember times where if I was stuck on this part, I just cut the game off. Or I just really had to keep trying this boss for 2-3 hours until I got it. So I don't know. That's kind of a double-edged sword. That's a double-edged sword.
no friction, but they're friction done well, and they're really satisfying to get over the hump. The modern
I disagree.
AAA gaming landscape is just a little too safe, a little too afraid of frustrating or challenging players in any but the most understood ways. Basically, if it's a Souls thing, then that gets a pass, but everything else doesn't. Like, so you can have hard boss fights, but God forbid.
I lost about 2 years off my life from screaming playing Black Myth, Wukong, and Stellar Blade. Miss me with that shit. Miss me. Yeah, that's for a different crowd, because the hard, difficult shit, that ain't for me.
A forced stealth section. I don't know, maybe that's not the best example, but maybe something like Dead Rising's time limit makes more.
And people hated the MJ. See, I don't know. This is double-edged sword because I get it, but at the same time, some of the shit people did not like.
more sense. The first Dead Rising had a lot of friction. There was a time limit and hostages to save who were stupid and helpless. And if you ran out of time, the game was basically over. The only way to continue was to start over. It could be annoying, but it was a unique experience that made the original game something special. They tried to completely remove that central friction in the fourth game by completely eliminating the time limit, and by doing that, they removed the thing that made the game so unique and interesting. It was just another generic open world.
But see, no. That's because you were used to the time. That has nothing to do with friction. That's just the first two Dead Risings had time limits.
Zombie game.
So yeah, that got nothing to do with friction. I just think you were used to the time limit in Dead Rising games. So even in Dead Rising 3, I think it was a time limit. So no, I just think no. Bad example.
It's not that friction is entirely gone for big budget games. I mean, look at Dragon's Dogma 2. They got tons of weird little potentially frustrating elements to it.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
So not every game is playing it this safe, but there's still way too many that do. What do you think, though? I'm sure you got...
I don't know. I disagree with number one. I think $80 games should have been number one. I think that, and the day one patches are releasing unfinished games. That should have been number one if you ask me.
Plenty of things like this going on in your head after listening to my little list. So leave us a comment. Let us know. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications, and as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter, Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on Game Ranks.
Hey, we got this old mattress.
Waterbed.
And the receipt.
How about you beat it with a better deal on one of these fresh setups?
We can't do that.
And split screen and cheat codes. I do think we need to bring back split screen and cheat codes as well. Couch co-op gaming, bro. How many times back in the day, if we didn't have a game, but one of our friends or our cousins or our homeboys had a game that we didn't have at home, and we got to play that shit over there. You know what I'm saying? Cheat codes, definitely got to bring back cheat codes, bro. I remember all of them that I just going around on GTA 5 with the invincibility cheat, just shooting shit up. You know what I'm saying? Please bring back cheat codes. Cheat codes bring back fun to the game. And even still, bro, because he said like cheating and they don't like players cheating. Brother, it's a single player game. We're not affecting anybody by using cheat codes. It's a single player game. Who are we cheating? So yeah, please bring back cheat codes, bro. Bring back cheat codes, bro, for real. Or shit like, you know, the golden gun or the one shot, like things that would make the game more fun or different when you replay it. You know what I'm saying? Bring back shit like that. I agree though. And that was